Surprise everyone and welcome to a new episode of Surprise Guest with Pia Arcangel, kung saan bawat conversation ay what we would call unexpected because it's all one big surprise. Hindi natin alam kung sino ang surprise guest for today, so that also means hindi natin alam kung anong pag-uusapan natin. It can be anything under the sun. That's the best part of this conversation. Alright, so alamin na natin kung sino ang ating surprise guest for today. I will be receiving a set of clues. Ooh, very impressive ang first clue. Class valedictorian ng high school, Dean's Lister, at cum laude graduate ng college sa Ateneo. Wow naman! Napaka-impressive! Naging VJ o video jock noong 2004, UAAP correspondent noong 2008, volunteer sa church music team, magaling kumanta, alam ko na kung sino to. Certified BTS Army and famously single. At recently nanalo ng bronze medal sa New York festivals para sa eyewitness documentary na Sisid sa Putik. I'm guessing our surprise guest is none other than Mav Gonzalez. Hi Mav! That's you, diba? Ikaw yan.
Feeling ko din pala sa unang clue na hulaan mo na nasabi niyo, parang ilang piraso lang kami
Actually, kaya lang alam mo, hindi ko kasi alam kung anong year ka graduate. So naisip ko, teka, baka naman sobrang ka-age ko or diba, hindi tayo sure pagdating dyan. Pero ang hindi ko lang alam sa clue na to, Mav, na ikaw pala ay BTS Army, hindi ko alam yon.
Yes, kasi kapatid ko adik sa BTS, so nadamay lang ako.
Okay, kasi alam ko na ikaw ay kumakanta sa church. At alam ko syempre na ikaw ay UAP correspondent. Ay, hindi ko rin alam na nag-VJ ka pala. Nag-VJ ka?
Oh, VJ for a day. So merong isang network dati na meron silang ganon, tapos I was the first one na nagganon. Pero that was in high school.
Ay,
so,
wow.
Forever ago.
Grabe naman yung forever ago. Hindi naman. A long time ago lang. Just kidding. Diba dito sa clue nakalagay famously single? Pero for me, you are famously beautiful. So, I see it across the screen right now. Kailan kaya tayo magkakasabay ulit sa office? Dahil panggabi ako, ikaw during the day ka pumapasok.
Oo nga Parang pag weekend minsan, nakikita tayo before 24.
Minsan. Kasi alam ko, ikaw ay very busy sa Senate beat. Mahirap i-cover ang Senate kasi ang schedule mo ay talagang very unpredictable because session can go on until late night, di ba?
Correct. So, nagsa-start kami ng 8 a.m. Yun yung call time ko sa office. And then, it's 8 to sawa. So, karaniwan, siguro mga between 8 to 9 p.m. ako nakaka-out sa gabi. But then, kapag yun nga, like what you said, nag-extend pa yung session. So, minsan mas matagal pa. Minsan pag ginaganahan sila, abot ng madaling araw, would you believe? So, parang ako, ano ba to? Pero wala kasi akong kapalit sa Senate. So, kinakaya lang natin siya.
Wow, wait. Gaano ka nakatagal naka-assign sa Senate? Since pandemic, tama ba? Start of pandemic, di naman.
Before pandemic pa. So, siguro mga 5 years.
Wow. Ang tagal mo na pala sa Senate, ma'am.
Yes.
Oo nga. But actually, alam mo, napansin ko with the Senate reporters, parang very close kayo.
Alam yung joke namin dito, Ate P, shared suffering really makes the best friendships. Sabi namin, ang hirap-hirap ng trabaho natin kung di pa tayo magkakasundo at magkakaibigan, parang hirap lalo ng work. So, dahil palagi ko pareho kami ng pinagdadaanan every day. Naging super friends na kami nung ibang reporters. Not just yung mga taga-GMA, yung taga-Double B, pati yung GMA News Online. But even the other networks, we're all friends now.
Actually, that's parang that's something people probably don't realize. Kasi when you're assigned to a beat, mas nakikita mo pa yung mga galing sa ibang stasyon kasi yung mga kasama mo mga kapwa-kapuso reporters.
Correct. Alam mo yung mga kasama kong GMA reporters, first time ko sila nakita in a very, very, very long time nung Holy Week. Kasi parang, di ba pag Holy Week, limited lang, skeletal deployment. So parang 10 lang yata kaming reporter na naka-deploy. And then, after duty, nakita-kita kami lahat kasi syempre yung mga tao nakabakasyon, our families are on vacation, tapos kami lang nandito. So parang, tayo na lang kumain sa labas magkakasama. So first time namin makita in a very, very long time. Whereas yung mga kabit mo, every day kasama mo sila. That's why also, I think you really become friends with, pero siguro swerte rin ako kasi super bait mo mga kasama ko sa Senate. I'm pretty sure mabait din yung nasa ibang beat pero talagang nakasundo ko yung mga kasama ko.
Oh, it helps talaga pag pag magkakasundo kayo ng reporters from the other networks in your beat. Kasi syempre, di ba, kayo yung laging magkasama and like you said, shared suffering. Pero I see that you even go out of town together, ha? Yung not for work, di ba? For pleasure. I mean, for
Vacation,
holiday.
yes. Oo. I think also kasi magkakaedad kami halos nung maraming reporters sa Senate ngayon. So we're all between the mid-20s to mid-30s. So parang millennials lahat halos. So parang pare-pareho kami ng trip in life. And I think kunwari, 10 sa amin, isa lang may asawa. So lahat kami talaga kapag gusto magbakasyon, okay, I'm free. So ang daling maghilahan kapag kami yung kasama.
Oo, game na game, no? Hindi siya pahirapan sa sa pag-aya.
Yes, walang pagpapaalaman.
Oh, is this the longest that you've been assigned to a particular beat?
I think so, yes. Kasi yung graveyard, it would parang a year and a half lang yun. Actually, sports took a while. Matagal siya. Pero kasi, di ba, like for me, kapag walang Pacquiao fights, I don't really cover a lot of sports. So parang di mo rin naman masyado nakakasama yung mga kasama mo sa sports beat. But then sa Senate, talagang everyday kasama mo sila. So I think dun sa talagang everyday mo kasama, ito yung pinakamatagal.
So how many years na ba have you been covering, Mav?
As in GMA in general?
Yes, oo.
12 years.
12 years. In those, wow, so parang almost half of that na is Senate.
Yeah, almost.
Oh, almost half na pala ang Senate. So, meron ka bang naging favorite beat or parang the one you had the best time in?
Sports pa rin. During the time na kino-cover ko si Manny Pacquiao, I went into GMA talaga. Yung parang lumalaban pa si Manny. So, like you were covering also the Pacquiao fights, but it's really fun because you go to the trainings, tapos you go abroad, you watch the fight, and parang nagkakaroon ng camaraderie with the team. Like, I feel na dahil medyo malaki na yung agwat namin ni Manny, parang little sister na yung tingin nila sa akin. So, parang kapag nasa training camp ka, nafe-feel mo talaga na parang bunso ka. As in, parang lahat ng pagkain, you get the first dibs, ganyan. Oh, may kailangan ka ba? Ganyan. Sobrang bait nila. And yun yung nakakamiss ngayon because the work was light and I really love sports. That's why parang yun yung most memorable, I think.
Actually, you're, parang when you're covering a Pacquiao fight, parang naka-embed, di ba? As in, naka-embed ka and then you're really with them the whole time and it's a different experience because you're in another country and it's like 24/7 coverage.
Yes. At saka, there was a time kasi, di ba, sa Gensan yung training ni Manny, there was a time na parang halos 2 months ako nasa Gensan. Tapos after noon, medyo nakakaintindi na ako ng Bisaya. Ganun siya kalala. Parang, hindi ko alam kung bakit din hindi ako napalitan. Parang ang tagal-tagal kong nandoon. And then, nakakatuwa rin kasi na-force ka na mag-healthy living kapag nandun ka kasama mo sila, yung Team Pacquiao. Kasi you eat the same food they eat, syempre healthy kasi nasa training camp ka. Tapos kapag ka magja-jogging siya, parang total naman, nandyan ka na rin naman sa racetrack o sige na nga, takbo ka na rin. So parang nakapag-exercise ka rin and I am actually at my fittest every time may training camp si Manny.
Wow! Sumasabay ka pag tumatakbo siya?
Yes, pero nauna ako sa kanya. Parang bago siya dumating, tatakbo na ako para kapag nandyan na siya, medyo pa-cool down na ako. Kasi medyo mahirap siya sabayan.
Grabe. Oo nga. Alam mo yun, yung never kong ginawa. Well, kahit naman ngayon, hindi ko magagawa pa rin. Grabe, kasi medyo intense. And then, actually, tsaka may energy ka pa to exercise sa coverage. Kasi, di ba, parang if you cover the training camp abroad, while he's training, so while he's resting, nag-feed ka naman ng materials mo, tapos ikaw ang nag-report. So, medyo puyat-puyat ka rin, di ba? But, wow, galing mo as you were able to do everything.
The exercising happens dito lang sa Pilipinas. Parang pag nasa ibang bansa ka na, parang wala ka ng powers para sumabay.
Oo nga. Para paano mo pa gagawin yun, di ba?
Tama, oo.
Wait, you said, Mav, that you really love sports. Ikaw ba, athletic rin? I mean, what sports do you do?
Now, honestly, wala masyado. If I would exercise, I would run. Pero, I think the most competitive I ever was in high school, going to college. I was a swimmer. So, parang, there was a point na parang pinapili ako NCR palaro ka ba? Or are you gonna join yung regional schools press conference, which is the competition for campus journalists? And sabay sila nangyari.
So ano pinili mo?
Pinili ko yung campus journalism. So I think tama naman yung pinuntahan ko. Nandito pa naman ako. Pero that was also the reason why nung naging journalist ako, even sa Ateneo, sa Gaidon, and with no 107, U-Rock, ganyan, parang ang ginagawa ko talaga sports. Kasi yun yung, kumbaga, living vicariously through the athletes that I cover. Kasi parang I didn't get to pursue that. So I would just write about you or I would report about you. And masaya siya talaga. Because I grew up in a house na panganay ako, na apo at anak, and puro lalaki yung tao sa bahay namin. Like my dad, there are 4 brothers. So I grew up watching basketball, ganyan. So parang medyo sporty and boyish upbringing. So that's really what I was interested in growing up.
So you were interested in sports, but then sabi mo you ended up choosing campus journalism press conference. Does that mean that at that time pa lang you already had an inkling that this is what you wanted to do?
I wanted to write. I didn't know na magiging TV reporter ako. I never sought out to be a TV reporter or to appear on TV. Gusto ko magsulat. Actually, kasi sa Ateneo naman, mostly, di ba, yung journalism natin in English. So, parang yung training natin is writing in English. So, nagulat din ako na napunta ako sa GMA, napunta ako sa TV reporting. But I guess, parang the Lord opened certain doors for me. So that's why napunta ako dito. And I think, ano naman siya, tama naman siyang decision kasi I've been here for so many years and exciting pa rin siya even now.
And you're able to bring the best of both worlds together, di ba? When you cover sports.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Was there ever a time, like when you were much younger, when you were a little girl, that there was something else that you wanted to do? I mean, kasi magaling ka rin kumanta. Pinangarap mo ba maging singer at one point?
No, actually, yung parents ko kasi very strict sila nung bata ako. Di ba pag bata ka, alam mo yung parang sa mall, may mga kasinubong, di na what na gawin mo siyang artista, gawin mo siyang commercial, ganyan. Very strict yung parents ko na parang hindi mag-aaral siya, ganyan. So parang bawal mag-showbiz, ganun. So I think growing up talagang aral, and nung talagang college na, dun lang ako napuwersa na parang kailangan mo pumili kung anong gusto mong gawin. Kasi kailangan mo na mamili ng course mo in college. Pero I never really had a dream job. Sad ba yun? Parang never really had a dream na parang, paglaki ko gusto ko ganito ako. If I would be honest, gusto ko maging travel photographer nung pa-college na ako. Parang yun yung gusto ko gawin. But parang napunta ako sa writing. So, di ko alam kung ano nangyari dun sa pagiging travel photographer. So, nagta-travel na lang ako at nagpipicture-picture na lang ako. Yung ano ko.
Pwede mo pang gawin. Oo, pwede mo pang gawin. Even if it's not the career, di ba? Yeah. Pwede mo pa rin gawin. Just take your photos while you travel. And, speaking of traveling, you get to travel a lot for work. That's something that you do as a reporter, of course. But also now that you're in Eyewitness, di ba? I mean, it takes you to different places. How long have you been doing Eyewitness?
Eyewitness, a year and a few months. I started January last year.
Wow, and what the perfect way to celebrate your first year by winning the New York Festival. Congratulations on that, Mav.
Thank you.
Which story did you get the award for?
Yung title niya ay Season sa Putik. So, mga bata siya, young boys from Butuan na sumisisid sila ng putik, literal. Dahil yung community nila, ang industry ay progress. For some reason, hindi tumutubo ang damo dun sa lupa nila. Kailangan mo ng putik para tumubo yung grass. So ngayon, yung putik kasi nasa ilalim siya ng ilog or nasa ilalim ng creek, ng kanal, and mahirap siya kunin. So yung mga local doon, parang nakasanayan na nila na yung mga bata, mga age 10 to 16 na mga boys, sila yung sumisisid ng putik para i-deliver doon sa mga grass farmers. And yung sinisisid nila, delikado siya ha, kasi for example, yung isang creek, may mga ahas siya, puno ng basura, malalim siya. Tapos yung mga bata na nakausap ko, parang kalahati ko lang yung katawan. Tapos yung sinisisid nila parang 6 feet. And then, when you take out the mud, syempre, kakargahin pa nila yun, di ba? Mga naka-pail, naka-bucket. Tapos, parang semento yung bigat niya. Kaya, I'm pretty sure mas mabigat pa yun sa body weight nila. And I asked them, parang, ba't niyo pa ito ginagawa? Kasi, mahirap yung buhay. So, a lot of the boys, they skip school para makapagtrabaho, dive for mud, and we can only hope na there comes a point na hindi na kailanganing gawin yun ng mga bata.
And hopefully one step closer to that goal of na hindi na nila kailangan gawin is when you bring light to stories like these, diba? Which is exactly what you did. Where were you when you heard the news that you had gotten the NYF for this?
I was at home. Nasa bahay ako kasi yung announcement nila happens madaling araw sa Pilipinas, parang 5
Oh,
6
so
p.m.
nakaabang kayo.
Si Sir JC Rubio, ang aming PM, siya ang nakaabang.
Okay.
Insomniac siya. Tapos nagising na lang ako siguro mga 7 or 8 a.m. May message na siya na parang congratulations, parang ako. Ganyan. Pero nung dumating kasi yung announcement, naka-embargo pa siya. So hindi pa namin pwede sabihin sa mga tao na, oh, nanalo kami. Ganyan. So sobrang excited ka pero hindi pwede sabihin. So parang ang corny naman ito. Pero
Wait, pero pwede mo sabihin sa mommy mo, ganyan.
pwede naman. Oh, pero syempre kailangan ko siyang sabihan na parang mommy, don't post anything ha. Kasi
Oo, bawal.
hindi mag-post sa Facebook yan. So parang ako, huwag kang magpo-post ng anything. Secret lang to. And a week after, doon siya in-announce. So we had actually shot all the parang acceptance speeches and everything. And it's bittersweet, I think. Kasi one, syempre masaya ka, di ba, na I'm one of the new hosts ng Eyewitness. These are all my idols, di ba, yung mga host ng Eyewitness. And now I am one of them. Like, I'm very new, but I'm now in the roster. But bittersweet because si Sir Clyde Mercado, he's our boss in public affairs and he passed away last year. He's actually one of the people who chose me to be part of Eyewitness. And though nakuha ko sa Eyewitness, yung pinapromise niya sa producer ko na parang make sure Mav wins an award. Parang, it doesn't matter when, basta manalo siya ng award, isang local at isang international. So parang nung nalaman namin na nanalo kaming dalawa nung producer ko, parang this is such a nice tribute na on our first year together, we were able to do this for Sir Clyde, na parang it was his wish for me and we actually made it happen. So super masaya and sad to a certain point that he wasn't able to see it. But I'm sure he's seeing it from heaven now.
I'm sure he's very proud and very happy. And I'm also sure that this is just the first of many more to come, Mav. You mentioned kanina that, your most fun stories, the most fun stories you've done are your sports stories. How about the most difficult?
I think the war on drugs. Noon kasing time na yun, panggabi ako. So, I really covered the brunt of the deaths. And there was a time na we were covering minimum 10 bodies a night. Ako yung tipo ng bata na lumaki ako sa CSI, mga NCIS. So, sanay ako makita ng patay, ng bangkay. Fine, that's okay. But there comes a point na parang, ay, wait lang. Parang too much na yata to. And more than the bodies na nakikita ko, ang talagang nakaka-stress para sa akin ay yung families. Pag nakita mo na umiiyak sila, when you see na nagsasabi sila na hindi naman talaga yan druggy or hindi nagbebenta ng drugs, ganyan, and you're helpless. Parang regardless kung totoo or hindi yung accusation sa mga tao na to, a lot of the people were just killed without due process. So, I feel na that really took a toll on a lot of us. Actually, some reporters na kasabay ko nung panggabi nun, nag-resign. Kasi parang nagkaka-panic attacks na sila, anxiety attacks, they would dream about it, and they couldn't handle it anymore. But thank God, I had a good set of friends na mga reporters din during that time. So, whenever parang too much na, parang kami, halika, kumain tayo lahat sa labas, mag-debriefing tayo. Kami nagde-debriefing dahil parang sabi namin, parang hindi na yata good for the mental health ng mga nangyayari sa atin. That's the scariest part. And I also received death threats during that time. It was a time na yung parents ko parang sila, pinapag-resign na nila ako. Kasi sabi nila, parang worth na mapatay ka, di ba? Dahil lang sa mga kinukover mong storya. But wala, I stayed. And we got through it. And I feel na if we didn't cover those stories when we covered them, then we wouldn't have gotten a little bit of justice and a little bit of comfort for the families na biktima nung time na yon. We can't really tell. Parang there are times that you can't really tell who's saying the truth. But, to lose a loved one, it's something I would never wish on anyone. And it's thing that we journalists encounter all the time. And parang medyo kailangan walang gaspangan yung balat mo during those times. Because otherwise, you would break down with the family and when nothing good will come out of it.
And it's great to see that you are soldiering on now, Mav. Diba? Parang gano'n pa kahirap ang isang storya, isang coverage, you soldier on. And that in itself is yung ating mas malawak na misyon, mas malaking misyon at mas malawak na paglilingkod sa bayan, diba?
Correct. Talagang kapag hindi mo siya gagawin, siya gagawa. So parang, sige na ako na nga gagawa.
With everything that you've covered so far, whether for your documentaries or in the news, is there still something that you want to cover that you haven't had the chance to?
Interesting topics and insightful conversations with one of the country's veteran and most award-winning journalists, Howie Severino. The Howie Severino podcast was hailed as one of Spotify's best new podcasts and has consistently been one of the top Philippine podcasts since its launch. The Howie Severino podcast. New episodes streams every Thursday on major streaming platforms.
With everything that you've covered so far, whether for your documentaries or in the news, is there still something that you want to cover that you haven't had the chance to?
Actually, one of the stories na talagang pangarap ko, even as a reporter, is the Olympics. It's a chip on my shoulder dahil parang I didn't get to be a very competitive athlete. And parang that's the next best thing for me, parang to cover the athletes. And I've covered a lot of trainings and yung mga pag-uwi nila dito sa Pilipinas. I've covered SEA Games, Asian Games. But I think iba kasi talaga parang when it's the Olympics, parang yun na yung rurok talaga. So I think if ever I get the chance to cover this, I would sobrang mind blown. But if ever it doesn't happen as a reporter, I think I will just watch the Olympics. Maybe not this one because it's too near. We'll see if it happens kasi medyo malayo siya, sa Paris siya mangyayari. Maybe the next one, LA. So siguro maging spectator na lang. But it's really an experience that I really, really wanna have before I die. And I really like doing stories na tungkol sa mga bata, mga babae, and animals. I feel na parang we have a lot of human stories but not too many animal stories. And I'm an animal welfare advocate. We have a pet, so malapit sa puso ko yung storyang yon. So I'm really hoping I get to do a story na tungkol sa animal welfare soon. Fingers and toes crossed.
What do you have at home? Meron ka ba kay aso? Fur mom ka ba?
Yes. Meron kaming aso. Pero kapatid ko siya kasi yung nanay ko inangkin na siya, anak daw siya. So, ang
So, siya
pangalan
na
niya
ang
ay
bunso?
si Jude. Ayan siya.
Wait, hindi ko masyadong makita.
Yan, over here.
Oh,
Tada.
ayun.
Yeah.
Oh, ilang taon na si Jude? Tama
Jude
ba?
ay 9 years old na. Chihuahua siya.
Oh.
Long-haired chihuahua siya.
So, siya na ang bagong bunso. Hindi naman nagreklamo yung totoong bunso.
Ay, wala naman siyang pake kasi baby talaga namin to. Itong aso namin na ito.
Baka akala mo lang yun, nagsiselos na pala siya.
Ay, ano to, uniko iho. Kasi dalawa
okay,
kami girls eh. So, parang siya, uniko iho. Siya yung favorite na anak.
Alam mo, ma'am, na I see also, and I can tell based on the way na nagkukwento ka, parang you come from a very close-knit family. Tama ba ang impression ko?
Yes, actually, super duper close. So, I still live with my parents. We all live together. We're that traditional Filipino family na parang lang ang asawa dito ka nakatira sa bahay ng pamilya, ganyan. And even the extended family, we're actually super close. Bakit nga ba? Sure, why? Pero parang lumaki ako na every weekend you go to church together, and then until now na malalaki na kami, may trabaho na halos lahat ng mga apo, kaming magpipinsan, we would still go on trips together, we spend the holidays together. I think a lot of it is because the grandparents really made sure na we would spend time together, a lot of time together. When we were growing up. So parang nakasanayan mo na maski nung tumanda na kami, parang hinahanap mo na parang ba to si pinsan na ganito, si tita na ganito. So hanggang tumanda na kami, we still like spend a lot of time together. Not really doing anything. Sometimes nanonood lang ng TV or kumakain. It's just really the presence of the other person there.
Uy, but that's such a blessing ha. Kasi minsan, di ba, syempre yung ibang magpipinsan, very close sila pag bata sila, pero pag tanda, nagkakahiwalay na ng landas kasi busy na sa trabaho. Kayo ba magkakalapit ang bahay ninyo, kaya madalas din kayo makita? Or you really just make an effort?
Some of them are nasa Quezon City rin. So, sa Quezon City kami nakatira. But then there are 2 na nakatira sa Malabon, which is our hometown. So, hindi kami ganang magkakalapit. Pero kapag napagtripan namin, parang, magkita-kita tayo sa lugar na to. And then, after work or after school, kasi some of them are still in school, we would all meet, ganyan. Doesn't really happen na tipong every week like we used to. Pero whenever we get the time together, and it's fun now because there are +1s already. So parang, new faces, hindi na lang tayo. We're very small family.
Mav, paano yung +1 mo? Kailan ka magkaka+1?
Ako marami na akong +1 na nadala sa kanila. Siguro ate, kasi I'm the eldest parang, iba na naman yung kasama ko. So I think ang kailangan nating ayusin ay magkaroon ako ng permanent +1.
Wait, let me just clarify. The only reason I'm comfortable to ask that question is because nakalagay dito sa clues. Ikaw na dito nila sinabi na you're famously single. Okay, kasi otherwise mahihiya akong magtanong kasi baka isipin mo nilalaglag kita.
Ay, hindi. Nako, si Ate P, marami siyang secret na alam sa akin. Like things, even
I know, but you know, nawala ata ako sa screen. Teka. Alam mo, I'm trying to be very professional here, ma'am.
Ang hirap, di ba?
Mahirap. Hindi, pero eto, ma'am.
Masaya na yung mga taong pinutukoy natin. Kaya nagkaanan natin sila.
Updated ka, ma'am.
Ay, sa'yo ko na nalaman.
Ay, ako ba nagsabi? Ako pala nagsabi. Marites talaga, no? But anyway, hindi, ma'am.
Dito mapanood.
Hindi, eto, ma'am. The best part about it is kasi, when you talk about it, you have no qualms talking about it. And also, when you talk about it, parang wala ka namang, you're not iffy about it. It's just, it's just the fact that you like, that you're comfortable enough to tell everyone. And because also, you're comfortable in the situation that you're in right now, di ba?
Yeah, and that's true. Parang, I think also because a lot of my friends are single. Mas marami single. Actually, sa college batch ko, even I think high school batch, mas marami pa rin yung walang asawa sa may asawa. I'm not sure kung ano nangyari sa mga millennial, but kami ganito, but we're like this. So, I think parang there's not really a feeling na parang you're missing out or na pag-iiwanan. Kasi nga, you see people your age, you see your colleagues. Even sa GMA, I have so many colleagues na parang we're all on the same boat. So, let's all be on this boat together.
Oo nga. That makes it more fun, di ba? Kasi may kasama ka naman eh.
That's true. My sister din, oo. So, parang may boyfriend siya, but then she's still single. So, we're very close. So, parang pag may gusto akong gawin, she's my +1. Default.
Oh. What is it ba, Mav, na you look for in a guy that will make you say na ayoko na talaga maging single? Eto na, this is it. It's you and me forever.
Syempre, kailangan attractive siya to me, di ba? I mean, beauty
yes, of course.
is subjective, but has to be attractive to me. And I don't have a type. If you've seen the people I've dated, sila ng itsura. I don't know why.
Uy, na-curious ako. Patingin naman.
I'll show you when nakita tayo ng makeup room.
Okay. Oy, but that's correct, ha? Attractive. Kumbaga sa Family Feud, top answer yon. Kailangan attractive to you. Not necessarily to others, but to you.
Yung mga tao kasi minsan parang napaka-hypocritical na parang, ay, kailangan lang mabait siya, matalino, or ganyan-ganyan. Parang, hello, syempre, if you end up together, you wake up every day, see that person. So, kailangan naman attractive siya sa'yo, di ba?
Tsaka makikita mo siya bago siya maligo, di ba? Pag bago gising.
Oo, life is already hard enough. Kailangan pag gising mo, happy ka agad pag nakita mo yung asawa mo. And funny.
Gusto ko funny. Okay, that's the second. Okay. So, gawin na natin top 4 answers. Kumbaga pang final round ng Family Feud. Ano yung top 4?
Okay. Yes, funny.
So, attractive, funny.
Matalino. I can hold conversation, good conversation, ganyan. And siguro the last one would be loyal.
Very important.
That's a really hard thing to find now, even with friends. na parang a person na parang talagang ride or die, parang will stick with you through all the good and the bad. And as journalists, like Ate P, di ba, tayong mga reporter, we spend a lot of time away. We spend long hours at work. So you want someone na you're sure di ko kailangan bantayan or like i-check, di ba? Because I'm sure you're loyal to me and I know na parang you would be, because loyalty is not just fidelity. Loyalty is also this person supports you sa mga gusto mo gawin sa buhay mo. And I think that's very important parang for women na gusto rin ng career, na doesn't just want to be, like I want to be a wife and a mom, but I also want a career. And I think parang the right person would support that and would even encourage me to do it. Kasi parang if that's what makes you happy, at least, di ba, hindi lang siya magpapasaya sa akin, hindi siya masyadong mape-pressure kasi meron din ibang nagpapasaya sa akin. So I think the loyalty is the top 4. Actually, baka dapat nga mas mataas yun eh. No? Parang yun yung number 1 na kailangan. Pero
basta in no particular order.
Oo.
But I think, Mav, what guys will find most encouraging from your answer is the fact na you said na wala kang type. So it totally opens up the playing field.
Yes. Oo, talaga. Yung inisip ko talaga eh. Sabi ko, alam mo, date ko, parang wala magkakamukha.
Iba-iba talaga?
Iba-iba talaga sila. Maski lahi, iba-iba sila eh. But I think Ate P, ang napatunayan ko is I'm not good with Ateneans. So let's skip the Ateneans.
Wait, sino ba ex mong Atenista?
Wag na ma'am, ay sabihin ko na lang sa'yo pag nagkita tayo ulit.
Okay, sige. Baka sabihin niya, baka isa lang ang ex mo na Atenista, di alam na niya na siya yung dahilan.
Ay, hindi. Hindi!
Okay. Kaya pala, hindi. Okay, kasi more than one.
Oo.
Okay. Nako, o di na-limit na ulit yung playing field.
Inayaan mo na, okay na yun. Parang marami pa mga school dyan.
Marami pagpipilian. Wait, so when you go to yung mga family reunion, sabi mo you're very close. Ikaw ba yung, kasi diba there are always these memes and mga posts, yung mga stories ganyan na parang laging tinatanong, may asawa ka na ba? May boyfriend ka na ba? Do you get asked this a lot?
I think nagsawa na yata sila. Just this month, nag-birthday yung lola ko. It's her 82nd birthday. So, parang yung hanap niya na hindi na magkailan ka mag-aasawa, kundi gusto niya na apo sa tuhod. Yun na yung mga levels of of questioning niya. Parang
kahit wala na asawa.
Sabi ko nga sa kanya, Ma, ano ka ba? Kasi my family is very conservative. So sabi ko, Ma, ano ba yan? Sabi niya, mag-anak ka na lang. Sabi ko, mahirap magpalaki ng bata na meron kang asawa, tapos pabalakihin ko pa mag-isa lang. Pero, ano lang yun, in jest lang naman na sinasabi yun. I think nagsawa na talaga sila magsabi. And naman, like my parents naman, feeling ko sa tanda ko to, hindi pa sila ready, in-let go ako eh. Parang ano pa sila, okay lang, dito ka lang kasama namin, ganyan. And
grabe ka naman.
They're very young kasi my parents are very young. So I think that's why hindi sila excited magkaapo pa.
Wait, grabe ka naman magsabi na ang tanda mo na, hindi ka naman matanda. Alam mo, nag-iiba lang talaga yung yung age range ng marrying age at this time. Iba na from before.
Yes,
so nandun ka sakto lang doon sa marrying age, 'di ba?
Pasok pa.
Oo, pasok na pasok.
Actually, wala pa ako dun sa parang sabi ko ideal age to get married. So parang sabi ko, I'm okay.
Do you think that somehow your work makes it difficult for you to go out and meet other people?
Definitely. But number 1, you don't have time to meet other people. Oh my God, Ate P, alam mo ba one time, I was going on a date, Valentine's Day, Feb 13, tumatawag sa akin yung opisina, you're getting deployed out of town. So parang
no.
Paano naman ako magkaka-love life ng ganito, diba? So anyway, talagang importante na naiintindihan ng person parang the nature of our job na you really get these last minute calls and you have to be flexible sa mga plano, ganyan. So I think that affects it.
So, this thought just entered me. Next time na magbibigay tayo pala ng career talk, Mav, no, sa mga young students, when they ask, anong advice ang ibibigay mo? Usually kasi, di ba, seryoso yung answer. The advice is, be prepared for whatever. Parang always be ready to pursue whatever story. dapat pala ang advice is kung gusto mong magkaasawa, bago ka pa maging reporter, dapat may love life ka na.
Yes. Actually, alam mo, sinabi sa akin yan nung pumasok ako sa GMA Parang sabi niya, naku, boyfriend, sabi niya. Naku, tingnan mo yung mga mas matanda sa'yo dito, tumanda na dalaga at binata, ganyan-ganyan. Sabi ko, encouraging Pero, yung mga tao naman na mas senior sa akin when I came in, nakapag-asawa na sila. So, the curse ends at some point.
Oo, yes. No, wag ka maniwala sa kanila.
No?
Marami naman kami may asawa eh.
Oo nga.
Pwede kaya,
Darating din
hahabol tayo. Darating din yan. Oo, it's not the end all and the be all for you anyway, right?
Yes, that's true. I think parang mas malulungkot pa ako kung wala akong anak which I could always adopt. So that's fine also. Parang I'm not really in a hurry to do anything irreversible. Kasi mas mahirap na parang you do something and then you regret it later kesa atay mo na lang muna until you're super sure that you want this.
Correct. You have to, you sit on it, think on it, wait on it, and you'll be fine. But, so you said, Mav, that of course, obviously, work really takes up a lot of our time. I mean, this kind of work that we do, it takes up so much time. But what is it that you like to do when you're not at work?
When I'm not at work, actually, sobrang, yung mga tita things talaga yung gusto kong gawin in life. Like, I have a small garden outside the house and then
plantita ka pala.
Alam mo yung paint by numbers, my God, na-addict ako sa kanya. As in, ang dami ko nang natapos na paint by numbers.
Ano yun? Nag-umpisa nung pandemic?
Yes, meron lang isang reporter, si Ate Nim Parabelo ng DCWB. Nag-gift siya sa akin ng isang set nun. Na-addict na ako. So parang nakakapito na yata ako na natapos.
Wow.
These are big painting. So parang addict na yata talaga ako sa kanya.
Fini-frame mo ba?
Hindi na sila, naka-canvas kasi sila talaga.
Okay.
So they're now hanging sa walls. Oo.
Okay. So painting, planting.
And manood ng TV, like pag matulog, ganyan. And I sleep a lot. Kapag natulog ako, mantika talaga.
I think lahat ng reporter.
Pag day off, ganyan. Parang ginising ako, lunchtime na. And then minsan after lunch, magsisiesta pa ako, which is exactly what I did earlier.
Ay, sarap naman. Ang sarap ng siesta, no? 'Di ba? Ang siesta is really such a treat. 'Di ba pag bata tayo, ayaw natin yung pinapatulog ng hapon. Pero pag tanda mo, gustong-gusto mo na mag-siesta.
Totoo. Ayaw mo nung bata ka, 'di ba? Parang pati yung halimbawa yung gulay. Parang ayaw mo kainin ng bata nung tumanda ka na. Parang ba't ang mahal ng gulay? Yung sarang yung mga healthy na stuff. Yun yung hirap bilhin.
Oo nga. Oo, 'di ba? Gusto mo lang kumain ng salad, ang mahal-mahal. Gulay
mas
nga lang
mahal
yun.
pa dun sa mga food.
Naalala ko because I remember last time kita nakita yung order mo was a salad.
Yes,
Do you remember? Nakita kita sa makeup room salad yung in-order mo. Ang mahal ng salad ngayon, di ba? Mav, nako, thank you so much for sharing all these stories with us. We know you're busy. I mean, we're intruding on your day off.
No, it's okay.
But, so we'll make this quick na lang before we let you go. Meron tayong surprise game. Okay, so mabasahin ko kung ano yung game na to. Okay. Ang tawag dito ay News Advisory. Okay, so advice. Because magbibigay ka ng advice. So, babasahin ang isang news headline, tapos magbibigay ka ng payo ala Tita Mav.
Oh my God, okay.
Ako magbabasa, tapos ikaw magbibigay ng advice. Okay. Dalagang Pilipina natagpuan ng kanyang prinsipe sa gitna ng bagyo. Ang kwento ng pag-ibig na di matitinag.
Yeah.
Wow, Mav, ano advice ang mabibigay mo sa babaeng nakatagpo ng isang prinsipe sa gitna ng bagyo?
Grabe naman yan. Saan bang bagyo yan? Makapag-cover nga din dyan. Kung masaya ka at napapasaya ka niya, go lang. Kahit anong sabihin ng mga haters dyan sa paligid mo, ikaw lang ang nakakaalam sa feelings mo. So kung tingin mo yung prinsipe sa bagyo na yan ang para sa'yo, try mo. Malay mo, it works out.
Very well said, Tita Mav. Pag nangyari sa'yo yan, sabihin mo sa amin, ha?
Oo.
Next, paghahanap ng pag-ibig sa panahon ng pandemya, nurse, natagpuan ang kanyang forever sa ICU. Oh, meron ka na bang na-encounter na gano'n na parang, in the place na you least expect, dun ka pa makakahanap ng pag-ibig or at least something that you think might lead to pag-ibig?
Actually, feeling ko ako na-experience ko na yan eh.
Anong nangyari?
But kasi nasa ibang bansa siya. It was a mobile game during the pandemic. Doon kami nag-meet. So parang
Candy Crush ba yan? Or
At hindi, parang wala naman yatang 2-player game doon.
may mga kalaro ako na Candy Crush.
Totoo ba?
Oo,
Hindi ko alam na
hihingi ka ng
pwedeng mag-ano
live.
doon. Hindi ko alam na pwede mag-ano doon multiplayer doon.
Pero iba siguro yung profile ng mga naglalaro ng Candy Crush.
Parang mahirap yatang maghanap ng love doon. No?
O teka, so ano nangyari? May nakilala ka? Nagchat-chat na kayo?
Oo, pero kasi pandemic to, so closing borders for how long? So parang wala na hanggang nag-disappear na lang.
Hindi na kayo nag-usap ulit? Uy, baka naman kaya pang ma-rekindle. Oo.
Puntahan ko na.
Across the ocean ba? Or
Yes. Medyo malayong ocean Medyo malayong story. Oo. Hayaan natin siya.
sige, check muna natin. Baka hindi na siya single.
Hanap tayo sa mas malapit.
Oo, so mas
Anyway,
malapit.
ang payo ko sa kanya ay, kung nasa ICU siya, meaning pasyente siya, diba? So malamang nag-aagaw buhay yan kung ICU. Alam mo talaga, sa relationships, merong mga magiging problema that you think are really hard and unsolvable. But if you find the right person, it will be worth all the effort. So, malay mo, mapagaling mo yung pasyenteng nasa ICU na yan, Miss Iris.
Wow, parang yung sagot mo talagang parang hindi lang built from out of nowhere. Okay, eto, last na. Pag-ibig na nagbago sa isang gabi. Ang kwento ng estudyante at manunulat na natagpo sa isang open mic night at hindi na makalimutan ang gabing iyon. Parang May December affair. Kasi estudyante, tas yung isa writer na siya, nagtatrabaho na.
Pwede, ang hirap nung nagkaroon ng mid-December. So parang doon siya humirap ganyan. Pero alam mo, ako kasi pinaniniwala ako na ang pinakamahirap makalimutan sa buhay ay yung what if. So I think even if merong barriers, kahit na merong age gap or geographical gap sa relationship ninyo, I think it's best that you give it a try. Para if it fails, at least wala kang regrets na, sayang, baka kung sinubukan ko to, baka naging masaya, ganyan. And if it works out, then, di ba? It would have been the best surprise kung nag-workout siya. So, wag natin So, for 2024, iwasan na natin mga what ifs. So, let's risk it for 2024.
Just go for gold, ma'am.
Yes, to the Olympic year ngayon, go for gold.
In the spirit of Paris Olympics, go for gold.
Yes, and even if you lose, maybe you get the bronze.
Yes. But actually, in the spirit, dahil meron ka ng bronze, ang wish namin for you, Mav, is gold.
Gold, yes.
Not just sa New York festivals, but... Wait, ano ba ipaprioritize natin? Gold sa New York festivals or gold in Love Life?
1 year pa bago mag-New York festivals ulit. Sa Love Life na lang muna.
Sa Love Life muna, okay.
Oo.
Ma'am, thank you so much again. Before we talagang really let you go na, can you invite everyone to catch you on Eyewitness and where can they find you on social media as well?
Please watch Eyewitness every Saturday, 10:15 p.m. sa GMA. We're all rotating but all the hosts, all the episodes are good. So panoorin niyo po lahat yan. And on social media naman po, Facebook, it's Mav Gonzalez and on Instagram, Mav_Gonzalez. So, meron naman po blue check marks para hindi kayo maligaw.
Thank you so much, Mav. Thank you. I hope to see you soon. This surprise was planned by the team of Nikki Del Mundo and Aubrey De Los Reyes, edited by Shirley Paghiligan with the amazing people of GMA Integrated News. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the next surprise.